What is up, everybody? It's University here today. So apparently, the Halo subreddit got so toxic that the mods had to shut it down for the weekend. I had a feeling this was coming. I just had a feeling this was coming. Way too many people were complaining about this game. Like, this is a free-to-play game that's still in beta. The game hasn't even officially released yet. We just had people upon people just kept complaining about this game. Like, what is going on? It's a free-to-play game at that. Like, you didn't pay any money to play this game. It's free 99. You don't pay anything to play this game. You only pay money if you want to pay money for this game. So, I've just seen like all these different complaints. People complain about these cosmetics. People are complaining about the progression system. People are complaining about the playlist. I'm like, they addressed a lot of these issues. Like, they even made a post about how they're addressing it. Like, what was the other one? So Angry Joe, he was another big component of this too, because he kept complaining about like how you can't choose a playlist. I'm like, and this is after like the head guy at 343 said that, hey, they're making playlists for this game. They're gonna choose your own dedicated. He addressed all this stuff, so he made this post after the fact, and I was like, "This is not." I'm like, "This is not looking good." I'm like, "This is not looking good." Yeah. And this is a journalist who talked about him as well. He says, because we're in beta and the game hasn't come out yet, free speech is a thing for sure. But personally, I wait until December 8th from what I'm hearing. Yeah, it's a thing that have free speech, but these are people are just being super toxic about this whole situation. Like we are all grown adults here, man. It's like if they're telling the people at 343 is telling you that, hey, we're gonna bring these playlists later. We're seeing the feedback of what people want. We know we're not clueless about what people want. We're gonna make these things happen, and you're still complaining about it. Like at that point, you're just being toxic. At that point, you're just being a toxic a-hole at that point. So. This is a Kotaku report on the subject too. Says, hey, the subreddit temporarily shut down because angry gamers won't stop being toxic a-holes. And that's pretty much what they're doing at this point. They're being a-holes at this point. That's like when you got the main people who address the situation, that's like somebody saying they're sorry and you still being an a-hole towards that person at this point. So kind of the same situation. And then this post happened like almost like a week ago. I was like, once I seen this post get a lot of attention to it, I'm kind of like, yeah, this guy's kind of right. And he says, the Halo community is quickly becoming one of my most avoided all cost communities. Some of y'all just seem to be unhappy and just hate on 343 all the time. The weird part is y'all having fun with this game while hating on it. Definitely weird. How are you playing a game, but you're still hating on it? You're saying the game is terrible, but you're still playing it. It's like if you don't like the game anymore, just stop playing it until they bring the changes in, or just stop playing it overall. Play something else. It's a free game. Once again, it's a free game. You don't pay anything for this game. It's free. It's like Fortnite. It's like Call of Duty, whatever the Warzone, the free one is. You're not paying anything, so why are people still complaining? I'm like, and these are all grown adults complaining about this. It's like, yo, if you don't like it, just play something else or just move on. I don't see what the big deal is, but it kept building and building. And now we're at this point where they shut down this Reddit because people were being too toxic. So I never used the Reddit. I always get pretty much my information from Twitter, but yeah, I'm like, I definitely saw this coming. So let's see what people have to say about this. Y'all done pissed off Cortana. It's a damn free-to-play game. And that's the thing, too. This game is free. Like, I just can't grasp I just can't get over that. It's free. You don't have to pay anything for this game. But people are really upset about this. Like, it's just, wow. If you don't like the monetization, don't buy anything. Simple, vote with your wallet. Stop being crazy, people. Rare Kotaku W. I'm glad they took action and shut it down. That stuff goes unpoliced too often. Gaming 1 hour ago, gamers are upset. Oh no, it's gonna be one of those days. Kotaku criticizing toxicity in gaming, so they said they can't, because I guess they say they can't judge. It'll be hypocrites. So what is this? I wanted to forgive the lack of playlists. I wanted to forgive the lack of stable game modes. I wanted to forgive the terrible netcode. If I'm even willing to forgive the lack of anti-cheat, however, I just can't forgive the setting of the shop took priority over all of them. Okay, it's like, once again, it's a free-to-play game. They have to make money somehow, so they're charging you for this different stuff. I don't understand why grown adults are having problems with this, with connecting the dots right here. If the game is free, they have to charge you for something. It's like they didn't put like a $500 million budget and plus more for no reason. They need that money back. They need to recoup that money. So I just don't get it. How grown people they can't understand this concept. Yeah, no, this is why it got locked down. People are doxing 343 devs, sending death threats, and compare the situation to the Holocaust. What? And saying 343 is a Third Reich. Yikes. Definitely some crazies out there with this. They was doing this for real. There's definitely some crazies out there at this point. Pretends to be shocked. Yeah, if you saw this building up, like people just kept complaining about this stuff, then I guess you're not gonna be shocked as well either. Like I wasn't really that shocked. I kind of saw that was happening over the course of the time this beta has been out. You seen it build up. Like you kept seeing the toxicity just build up each and every day. So yeah, not really shocked. I am surrounded by a-holes. Microtransactions and an S Battle Pass would do that. Oh my God. So they're not supposed to have microtransactions in a free-to-play game. There's been plenty of free-to-play games before. People act like this is the first free-to-play game they ever heard of before. Like, I just don't get it. Like, how they just ignore every other free-to-play game to charge these microtransactions, but this one is just supposed to be different. I don't get it. First of all, threats are never okay, especially when it comes to something as trivial as video games. Some even went as far as trying to dox the devs, and others just for disagreeing with them, which is horrible. Sending death threats to game devs should result in you never being able to play video games ever again. Yeah, I will block all these people, bro. And like I would just block them all. It's like you were way too crazy to be playing this free game. I understand they invested some money into this game, but you didn't invest anything unless you wanted to. It's free. Apparently, death threats were being hurled toward the devs. It's just a game. It ain't that serious. It's definitely not that serious. If I'm completely honest, Halo Infinite does feel half finished. I played several hours of the game and I felt I had exhausted almost all of its worthwhile content within reason. Customization feels lackluster and the multiplayer progression feels grindy. Yes, the return of the ironic teabagging is saying the F now to strangers to classic. Doxing, really the hell is wrong with some people? We all have issues with the game, but that takes it too far. Saw this post though that is at least a normal person thinking with valid points. Yeah. Halo community plus Reddit equals entitled whining and harassment with no actual knowledge of how video games are made. These guys obviously have no knowledge. I mean, like zero knowledge. If they think you're not supposed to do microtransactions in a free-to-play game, a game that you're not paying any money for unless you want to, they got to make the money back. It's like they put a lot of money into making a game. They got to get that money back, so they're going to have microtransactions inside the game. The progression system is going to be grindy because they want you to incentivize you to get the battle pass. So I just don't get these grown people just don't understand this. It's just mind-boggling. The entitlement is real for F6, but also gaming is not an excuse or a pass to be an a-hole. Yeah, I agree. Not shocking, Halo has one of the most hateful and toxic fan base within the gaming community. You can't make a lighthearted joke about Halo or even criticize the games. Great games, but horrible community. By the way, Halo is trash. I wouldn't go that far. Like, I haven't seen a Halo community be this toxic until right now. Like, I haven't seen as much toxic crap until right now, to be honest. But I wouldn't go that far. She's saying it's always been toxic. I don't know about that. The F is the matter with people. Not a massive Halo fan, but can't wait for this to come out this week. Stand away from the subreddit then. Absolute nonsense. It's good to have criticism for a game, but this S is insane. These ass clowns need the STFU about the monetization. S is old news. 343 is trying to fix it, so shut up and what you're supposed to do and do it a game. Effing enjoy it. Have fun with an effing game. Like you just can't play the game. Like if you're having fun with it, just enjoy it for right now, or just wait until they finish it. Like what's the big deal? Like wow, I don't know. Maybe I'm easily satisfied, but I'm loving Infinite. I am loving it as well. Can't wait for the campaign mode. So I just don't get it. LOL, Halo community has always been toxic. Come on, they invented the teabag in gaming. I don't think that's really that toxic. I mean, I guess. I don't know. That's toxic, though. A teabag? I don't know. This is quite sad. I said it before and I'll say it again. The Halo community has a reaction with every minor thing that happens. Changes within a game, constructive criticism is what's needed, not endless rage and death threats. Two different things. Hashtag Halo Infinite. The facts of life in Reddit land. Toxic even amongst themselves. Facepalm. Honestly, don't love the way Jared responded, agreeing with the mob on the complaints and saying he'd rather people yell than not care. Could someone please tell the people yelling and doxing making threats that this won't be tolerated? Kotaku based. What is this? I still stand by the fact that our Halo is the same level of garbage as Destiny the game. Okay. I never liked Halo games. Just a bunch of stupid soldiers running around shooting a bunch of stupid aliens. No wonder that many fans of this game are just toxic. What? That's just a complete oversimplification of this game, but okay. That's gaming for you. It's funny because this is the best Halo game since the golden era. I keep hearing that. People are saying like this is the best one since like the classic, like Halo 3, but people are still being toxic about this one, which is like, and they're complaining about issues that the main people who made the game, the main game directors said they would address. So I just don't see why you're complaining at that point. They said they're gonna fix it. Why are you still complaining? I just don't get it. But I feel like I'm kind of beating a dead horse at this point, so I'm gonna conclude it right here. Definitely want to see your thoughts about this. They're shutting down a subreddit, so people are just being that toxic, sending death threats, stocks, and all this nonsense. So definitely want to see your thoughts about that down below. Leave a like for this video. As always, thanks for watching, and peace.